and comfort. And with its unmatched driving dynamics, intelligent 4Explore terrain management system, powerful diesel and petrol powertrains, multiple drive modes, body-on-frame construction, and a design that's unmissable. Look, I can go on and on. Long story short, the Scorpio N is a complete package. With its remote engine start and temperature control, the new Scorpio N gives you a head start on convenience, even before you enter. The highest command seating in the only SUV that you walk into and not crawl into. It took excellent craftsmanship and choice of materials to match the power that the exterior portrays with the luxury and freedom of space that the interior promises. And it shows, doesn't it? Authentic Mahindra SUV embellished with a lot of high-tech gadgetry. Like the state-of-the-art infotainment with Android Auto and CarPlay, and 70+ connected car features, a 12-speaker system from Sony with 3D surround sound. Now that's what we like to call Daddy's Den. The cockpit domain controller Adrenox brings the future to you and makes for the most impressive and immersive in-cabin experience. And of course, there's more to this SUV of tomorrow. World's first SUV that has Alexa-enabled What 3 words to help you navigate with just your voice commands. So let's go to Velu. Alexa, take me to printmakers boiling sunflowers.
Wow, the Big Daddy is here. It is as big as the words of praise for it. I can feel its towering presence. Scorpio N is just not an SUV. It's an emotion that came straight from the heart. A strong foundation built on an agile and efficient third-generation chassis with best-in-class bending and torsional stiffnesses that provides great structural rigidity, off-roading capabilities, and high-speed stability. From the foundation itself, we have made sure that every ride is as safe as its dynamics. The state-of-the-art 200 bhp petrol and 175 bhp diesel engines deliver world-class performance. These engineering marvels make sure that Daddy overflows with power. But with great power comes great responsibility. Scorpio N emits the lowest CO2 in its segment, thus taking care of the planet. The engines come with 6-speed manual as well as automatic transmissions equipped with shift-by-cable technology to offer excellent gear shift quality and drive comfort. The electric shift-on-fly technology can transform the Scorpio N from a two-wheel drive powerhouse to a four-wheel drive beast with just a touch. The traction capabilities are further enhanced with intelligent 4Explore terrain management technology. Scorpio N is always game for every terrain. We have equipped Scorpio N with Penta-Link rear suspension, including segment-first Watts-Link mechanism, delivering best-in-class handling. So curves, twists and turns, here we come. When it comes to ride comfort, Scorpio N is equipped with first in segment, frequency dependent damping and MTVCL technologies in the shock absorbers that swallows all the harsh impacts and enhances body control and ride comfort simultaneously. This is as smooth as it can get. It's big, but it is very easy to maneuver. With its fantastic electronic power steering system, you are always in control. The featherlight steering offers excellent returnability, making your every drive a walk in the park. With so much to offer, the Scorpio N seems unstoppable, right? Wrong. Its high-performance braking system with an all-disc brake architecture ensures improved traction, direction control and vehicle dynamics, apart from ensuring absolute safety. Talking about safety, at Mahindra, we have always believed in setting high standards for safety. And the story continues with the all-new Scorpio N. Big Daddy cares. Packed with all these features, one thing is for sure. The new daddy is in town.
The all-new Scorpio N comes in exciting color options. And as for the variants, here are the details. Well, we are all set, and we know you're excited too. You'll get to touch, feel and drive the Big Daddy at our showrooms very soon. The Add to Cart feature for the Scorpio N will be available online and at our dealerships from 5th of July. Test drive in these 30 cities will also begin on 5th of July and the rest of India by 15th July. Bookings for the Scorpio N will open online and at our dealerships on 30th July, 11 am onwards. Booking will be done on first come first serve basis and will also govern the delivery date of the vehicle depending on the variant you choose. Our flexible booking process is designed to empower you. Once you select a variant and color, you have a 2-week window to amend your choice before you lock in your Scorpio N. So go ahead, try all our fuel and transmission options, take suggestion from family and friends, and go for the color that complements your style the best. Further details of the booking process will be available soon on our website. Deliveries of the all-new Scorpio N will start in the upcoming festive season. More details will be shared soon on our website. And the price? Soon. Daddy is going to give you a price you cannot refuse. Follow us on our social media handles.
The all-new Scorpio N, the Big Daddy of SUVs, is here.
Hello, all of you, and thank you for being here with us at this event today. This event has significance beyond imaginable for us. And that's because 20 years back, in June 2002, we had launched the original Scorpio. It's hence 20 years of Scorpio. And the Scorpio, in a way, redefined Mahindra and our story. Today, 20 years later, we believe we are at a very historic point. A historic point as one which is going to set a new benchmark in what a body-on-frame SUV is going to be like. We are going to continue with the current Scorpio because it has a very, very strong franchise. And the Scorpio N is, as you can see, different in every way. It really is all new. There is no component of the Scorpio which carries over into the Scorpio N. It's completely new, being made here in the Chakan plant. The Scorpio is made in our Nasik plant. They're completely different lines, completely different product offerings. Really, as you've seen on the video earlier, the big daddy of SUVs is here. I'm going to take this moment to step back and talk about the SUV purpose that we've set for ourselves. We build focus into our passenger vehicles business, and that is to say we are really here to create strong and authentic SUV brand. Because life is an adventure and it should be lived boldly while caring for the planet. And we really want to offer sophisticated, authentic SUVs which are innovative, sustainable, sophisticated, and which garner the spirit of exploration. We are here to offer adventure-ready vehicles with very high adventure capability. And today, we are here to launch one more product which is going to bring this alive. We announced a new identity when we launched the 700 last year, and we call that the Twin Peaks. That's the new us. It will come across the portfolio. The second product on which it's coming now is the Scorpio N. So what I'm going to do over the next few minutes is talk about how we are seeing this purpose of ours come alive with 4 customer stories. These are 4 customers with whom I have interacted, and I just want to take a minute talking about how much an impact our products are creating in their lives. This is the story of Amandeep Kaur, who lives in Chandigarh. She is a Thar buyer. She bought the Thar when it was launched a year and a half back. And she loves adventure. She's a scientist. But the real story, as you talk to her, is she's a stage 4 cancer survivor. And she was going through a phase in her life where she needed transformation. And Thar is the product which has enabled that. 10 days a quarter, she takes off from work and goes off-roading. That's the vehicle she uses to get to work. And she really feels that she's seeing a better version of her life because of Thar. And she could have bought any other product. She has multiple products at home, but the one she uses every day and to live her life is Thar. The second story I have is of Dr. Vani Parmar, who is a senior cancer surgeon at Tata Memorial Hospital. And she owned a 500 and now owns a 700. And she lives a life of adventure. But when talking to her, this is the vehicle she drives herself every day in Mumbai. And she enjoys driving it so much that she says, I actually don't care about the traffic anymore. The 700 gives me that kind of comfort, sophistication, but also she uses it then for off-roading and getting away. So again, living a life, and that's what we mean by bringing our purpose alive. Our products are helping our customers live a very, very different version of their life. And that's really what we are here to do, to create products which enable more and more customers to experience this. This is the story of Nikhil Bansal, who is the industry head at Google India. And he bought the 700 some time back. And he really, in talking to him, said this is a category creating product by itself. I had a D segment SUV, but now I'm able to use this for work and going out. In fact, when I was speaking to him a few days back, he was just back from a 9-hour drive from the hill station. He lives in Gurgaon. And he said, I am actually not fatigued at all. And there is zero tiredness at the end of a 9-hour drive going up into the hills. He bought, one of the reasons that made him buy it, he has twin daughters, and they just loved the sky roof. So it is the sophistication, the refinement, and that's part of our purpose. And the last story is about Alok. And Alok lives in Bangalore. And while he is a very accomplished leader himself, his wife, who also drives the Thar, is also the managing director of a fintech company. And they've got into off-roading every weekend. So every weekend he gets onto National Highway 44 from Bangalore to Hyderabad, and they do about 300 kilometers of driving out, off-roading. He does drive the Thar to work once or twice a week when he is in business casuals to work and not in formals. And the rest of the time he drives luxury segment sedans, and so does his wife. But again, Thar is a part of transforming the life. He had a D segment SUV earlier, but he said I could never really off-road in it. With Thar, every weekend we are out 300 kilometers. So here are 4 stories which are really bringing our purpose alive. I'm now moving on to a very quick snapshot of our SUV lineup, and you just see the market segmented out there. We don't play in the micro SUV market, that's 14,000 a month. In the compact, less than 4 meter market, we have a volume of, you can see 25% market share of a segment which is 50,000 odd per month, with 4 very strong offerings now. The Thar, the XUV 300, the Bolero Neo, and the Bolero. In the full-size SUV, which is a large segment, 63,000 volume per month, we have the 700 now, the Scorpio and the Marazzo. But the Scorpio N is coming there. And that's the reason we believe that the offer we are going to have is going to be really disruptive, because it is a product which is going to not only help us gain market share, but is completely going to disrupt this category. And that, we believe, is what over the last few months has taken us to being #1 in revenue market share in Q4 and the second half, because we believe now we have a very strong portfolio of SUVs which are all helping customers find meaning and to live their purpose. And with that, to tell us more about this story of disruption that the Scorpio N is going to create, I'd like to invite Vijay, Pratap, Velu, and then Vijay to wrap up again. Thank you again for being here with us, and Vijay, welcome.
Thank you, Thank you,
भेजा,
Rajesh. Mike, thank you, Rajesh. Very good evening. Indeed, a pleasure to have all of you all with us here today. Rajesh gave reference to the launch of the Scorpio 20 years ago. And the idea was born at that time, 20 years ago. It was an idea of disruption. It was an idea ahead of its time. And that disruption at that time, as a product, as a brand, and as a proposition, was something that allowed us to think audacious. We said, let's go out there and take on the mid-size car segment. And that's what we did with the launch of the Scorpio. Has had a phenomenal run. Numbers speak for themselves over a period of time. And as you can see, over the 2-decade period, we've sold over 8 lakh vehicles and have very happy customers and a brand which is iconic. So now, let's cut to 20 years later. And just like the birth of a human, over 20 years, from the time you are born till the time you reach the age of 20, you become a full-grown adult. And not a single cell in your body remains the same over the 20 years. In a similar manner, The Scorpio N. Why N? Because it's a transformation of the product and the brand in 20 years, where while we take the DNA forward, it's an all-new creation. And it allows us now to take that audacious BHAG that we had to the next level. And we'll talk a little bit more about that before my colleagues come up and bring that to life. So we are talking about a product, a brand, Scorpio to the power of N, in terms of authenticity, design, performance, comfort, tech. But most of all, what gives us pride is the sophistication and refinement that we are going to bring with this product into this segment and category. And when you all drive it tomorrow, I'm sure you will give us that verdict. So as we take that aspiration to the next level, we believe that that audacious goal of ours, that disruption, is what we want to bring into the market, where we believe the Scorpio N will create its space between the C segment, so it will be highly aspirational for the C segment buyers and customers, and provide excellent value with a lot more to offer compared to what's there today in the D segment. And as the Scorpio N will come in, we believe we will take share from both those categories and segments. But of course, this narrative doesn't become complete till we talk a little bit about who is the customer. And I think Rajesh began his presentation by talking about who is the evolved customer who buys the Mahindra brand. I think you will very much agree with me that all the four names he put up there are global citizens in their own fields and in their own right. And we believe the Scorpio N is going to be another product that we will bring in, which is going to appeal to the new global Indian. The customer who is independent, wants to voice their opinion, wants to live what we call these days after COVID, a front-loaded life. They want their experiences now. They want to live their life to the fullest now and not leave it for later. They want to be in the moment and they want to enjoy it. And that's what we believe the Scorpio N will empower them to do. And not to forget that ultimately it is a global product for international markets, India, and the global customer. The product has been put together, as you will see, collaboratively from our experts across the globe. The design has been done between Pininfarina in Italy and the Mahindra India Design Studio in Mumbai. The design engineering has been done between MRV Chennai and the Mahindra North America Engineering Center in Detroit. And it's going to be produced in this world-class manufacturing facility at Chakan, something that we will show you and have that walk around for you to see where we've invested to create this world-class facility, automated robotic lines, to be able to create a product like this. And with that, I think it's appropriate for me now to call on my colleague Pratap, who will take this forward and share with you how we take this global product as we launch in India today, simultaneously in South Africa, Nepal, and shortly in 2023, we will take it to many other focused markets for Mahindra & Mahindra. With that, let me invite my colleague Pratap. Pratap, over to you.
Thank you, Vijay. I think there's a film now.
barbed wire. Nam N. Scorpio N. The big daddy of SUVs is here.
Thank you. Thank you, Vijay. Thank you, Rajesh. It's a very difficult act to follow, the big B. What a pleasure to be here in this temple of manufacturing. It's really a temple of manufacturing. When I came here first, I was absolutely blown away by what the team has put together here, and therefore the vehicles they produce. You know, many vehicles actually demand attention. But I think the Scorpio is the only one which commands attention. And my first memories of the Scorpio, Rajiv, is that I was seeing this in the rear view mirror of my car. Scorpio was behind me, and I very quietly moved away and let the Scorpio pass. That's the power and presence of the Scorpio name. As Vijay and Rajesh said, it came on the design team after planning, after the briefing, came on the design team to really create or take all those words of power, of presence, of muscle to bring the big daddy of SUVs to life. And one of the most important thing about the Scorpio that we wanted is that if you close your eyes or even if you looked at it once, the first thing you would feel is its muscle. This is the toned muscle of an athlete. And this is what the Scorpio N represents. You can see from the sketches, we are sharing only a few out of the hundreds of sketches that were created at MIDS in Mumbai and Pininfarina in Turin. But each one, the designers were so clear that we have to create this massive impact with this vehicle. And you can see straight away some small elements and details like the Scorpio's tail is also incorporated in the glass. Again, many themes, as you know, we try. We work on proportion, we work on detail to bring that magic alive, that unmissable presence. These are again a few sketches from that process, but it shows you the clarity with which the product was defined by the planning team for the design team to convert into images and models. Straight away, and for this I have to thank Velusan and his team at MRV. What an architecture. I mean, I call this car-architecture, right? Wheels in the right place, pillars in the right place, cabin in the right place. And my God, did the MRV and the MNATC team deliver on that for us to put such a powerful skin on that third generation architecture. So straight away, it's tallest and widest in the segment. It's got a lovely long bonnet, which is an absolute signature of authentic SUVs. This is not a east-west engine, you know, this is proper body on frame, as Vijay mentioned, which gives you this incredible proportion of a long hood and a cabin that follows with all that power sitting in front of the driver. And look, and tomorrow when you'll notice the wheels and the wheel arches, all that muscle is concentrated and focused on that wheel to deliver that power to the road. The A-pillar angle, what we call the windscreen angle, is a very, very important part of car design, of vehicle design. And SUVs, as you know, have a slightly more upright A-pillar. Again, to get the proportions absolutely right. And the other thing is the glass to metal ratio. You'll notice on the new Scorpio, or the Scorpio N, that ratio is very, very tight and very dynamic. Again, the metal gives you that feeling of strength and muscle. There you go. Now, as a part of our process, global design process, we use clay models. You know, how do you humanize the design if a human being does not touch that design? So we have very, very skilled craftsmen, we call them clay modelers, who actually recreate all those sketches that you saw into a full-size clay model. And there you see immediately that dominating front, and in the interiors, and we'll speak about it more, the top-notch craftsmanship. Everything fits beautifully. The sophistication that Vijay mentioned. Now, coming to sophistication, here the colors, materials, and finishes become very important. And again, we've used really premium materials to trim the seats, to trim the door pads, and then a fantastic bright metal finish for the dual rails that you'll see on the IP, and you'll see on the door armrests, you know, this door grab. It's a real feeling of solidity, like the chassis, you know, Velusan's platform is almost coming through the vehicle to hold it all together. I'll just play a little animation that will show you some of the features. Aircon vents in the rear, of course. This coffee black interior, largest sunroof, this stacked tail lamp, quite a signature. It looks stunning. And of course the new logo integrated into the car, the Scorpion Sting, the big 17, 18-inch wheels, and again the little Scorpio tail signature in the DRLs, very purposeful lamps, and that super powerful grille. That grille which I had seen and I moved away. And I hope the Scorpio N does the same thing for years to come. So with that, I will now pass on to Velu. Velu will talk about all the technical details and you know, what went in to bring the Scorpio N to life. Beneath this amazing skin, the magic that MRV and MNATC created. Velu-san.
Welcome to Daddy's Den. The all-new Scorpio N, the big daddy of SUVs, is here.
Thank you, Rajesh, Vijay, and Pradap. What a great gathering. A warm welcome, a hearty welcome. Before I start my speech, let me bow in front of you and then say heartfelt appreciations and compliments to the supplier community, to the dealers, to so many people and our own colleagues who have worked for this product throughout the COVID pandemic for the last 2 years. Unbelievably, they have chased the COVID away and brought this product to this stage. And therefore, let me take once again one more bow to all of you. Thank you. It's always said, Big Daddy. 20 years ago, I started my career in Scorpio engine development. I never knew that 2 decades have passed, and the Scorpio will safeguard our SUV business. And the time has come for us to safeguard the SUV of the road, the Big Daddy, for next 2 decades. So this time, we didn't take a normal approach.